Like and subscribe! Hi, kid. So, let's see how I can state this delicately.
Tibby Tiburon stinks.
Or we could just blurt it out.
Not him, of course.
Of course.
His breath! It's so bad, he can clear out a whole beach.
So, Tibby's dental hygiene is...
So bad, you can smell him coming from a mile away.
As you can see, Fuchsia Fish is quite agitated about this.
You would be too if he was your cousin and lived next door.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Are you talking about Tibby Tiburon's bad breath?
Octavius the octopus, you live in the deepest deep of the ocean, and even you heard about this?
Worse, I've smelled about it.
This is worse than I thought. I'm gonna have to call Tibby.
Oh, well, look at the time.
You're not wearing a watch.
Gotta go. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, me too. Oh, I have a hair appointment, yeah.
You don't have hair. Well, I guess it's just you and me, kid. And the Dolphin Dentist, who I am so hoping can fix this. Tibby!
Hi!
Oh, be glad it's not smell-o-vision.
Ooh, I see a shark bug.
Tibby, it gets even better inside. Check it out.
Oh, can I read this part?
Of course, go ahead.
Hi there, KidTime StoryTime, and especially the great shark Tibby Tiburon. That's me.
That's you.
Hope you have fun with the Dolphin Dentist. Smile brightly, Cheryl DaVeiga.
That's the author.
Oh, okay.
Exciting, right, Tibby?
But what's a Dolphin Dentist?
Well, let's read and find out.
Okay!
Okay, let's get ready for a bright and fresh new future. Fearless Flossy Finn was queen of the seas, and you can tell because she has the crown. She weighed 4,000 pounds and had 300 teeth. Nothing scared Flossy.
Wow, she's just like me.
Except for one thing.
Uh-oh.
Going to the dentist. Screeching drills, spiky tools, terrifying.
Seriously, can you blame her? Arr!
Oh, okay. Don't worry, he did not leave. Tibby is just watching from across the room.
'Cause it's my book.
That's right, it's your book, Tibbs. And that was a big problem because although Flossy was a great white shark, there was nothing great or white about her teeth. In fact, because she often forgot to brush them, her teeth were jaggedy, snaggedy, and ziggy-ziggy-zaggedy, and they were the strangest color, a cross between a bad breath brown and a yucky yellow. That's not a good look on sharks or humans. One day, Mama Finn declared, "Flossy, you must go to the dentist." "No!" Flossy wailed. "Too scary!" "I discovered Dr. Dribble on the Finternet. He has a 5-star fish rating and is known as the gentle dentist of the sea. We are going now." After all, Mama Shark knows best. Suddenly, quack, 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 a loud warning shrieked from Dr. Dribble's No Shark Patrol alarm. "Danger! Sharks!" Okay, so maybe I did not exactly point out at the beginning of the book the fact that there was this giant "No Sharks Allowed" sign, but honestly, he's like a 5-star fish dentist. Those are not easy to find, and we're a little bit desperate around here, so we just decided to go forward with this anyway. It'll be fine. Danger, sharks! But it was too late. Flossy and Mama Finn had crested over the waves, and boom, splash, plunk! They plopped into Dr. Dribble's waiting room. And the receptionist looked surprised. That's Dr. Dribble right there, looking also not that happy. And everyone else in the waiting room is giving the shark some serious side-eye, and that's the alarm system just freaking out. "Holy shark attack!" yelped Dr. Dribble. He hung the closed sign and dove into his hideaway cave. I think that the other people in the waiting room are leaving. Ms. Oops, the octopus, right there, Dr. Dribble's dentist apprentice, crouched behind the desk. Dr. Dribble is a bit busy today, she murmured. And besides, read the sign. I know she's just following orders, but we all know that when a mama shark has an idea in her head, it's going to take a lot more than that to make her leave.
Okay, bye then. Bye-bye,
said Flossy, who was just finding any excuse to get out of here.
No,
Mama Finn boomed.
Flossy is queen of the seas. She will not leave until Dr. Dribble sees her.
And she is waving that purse around in the air, and I think she actually bonked the poor octopus at the front desk. When Dr. Dribble came up for air, because eventually even a dolphin cannot hold his breath underwater for that long, Ms. Oops was waiting.
We can't shake the sharks. They won't leave. Your other patient swam away. Have you lost your wisdom teeth, Ms. Oops? I don't work on sharks,
Dr. Dribble declared, looking quite panicked.
Giant jaws, crushing teeth, terrifying.
Dr. Dribble needed a plan, a scheme, anything to get rid of Flossy. Then, boom, it hit him. A great white lie. Not a lie, a lie. Just might trick this great white shark. What are you up to, Dr. Dribble?
Send Flossy in,
he shouted. Holy molars! He shrieked, and Flossy shivered, and Dr. Dribble quivered. The ocean was rough that day, my friends.
Okay, big girl, he stammered. Open those jaws and say, ah!
Ooh, P.U. Something smells fishy, he blurted. Oh, that would hurt anyone's feelings. Someone's got a smelly belly. Have you been brushing? Flossing? Opening tuna cans with your teeth? Oh, that's a weird question. Dr. Dribble announced his diagnosis. You have super atrocious halitocystitis. Yeah, that's it. Is that even a real diagnosis? That seemed kind of fishy.
Mrs. Oops, he shouted, I'll need an enormous needlefish, the big barracuda drill, and the jumbo jawbreaker.
Fearless Flossy fainted. What was this the plan to freak her out? Because it's working. Dr. Dribble woke her with a shrill shrieking of his drill.
I am out of here!
Flossy yowled, and she thundered out of the office and headed for home.
Wait, come back,
yelled Mama Finn, chasing behind. Dr. Dribble relaxed. Look at that happy face.
Thank goodness they're gone.
Ms. Oops stared at him in disbelief.
Dr. Dribble, those were awful lies you told. You know you're the only one who could help her. Did you see those gigantic jaws, Miss Oops?
He exclaimed, excusing himself for telling such a great white lie. When word got out that Flossy was not fearless at all, she was no longer queen of the seas.
No! Flossy's lost her crown! This is terrible!
It is terrible. She spent her days drooling with hot seawater bottles strapped to her sore jaws because her teeth are starting to hurt because they have not been properly cared for. And her whimpers turned to sobs. There was no hope.
No! She has to prove that she can face anything!
But how?
Maybe.
Maybe what?
I'm not sure.
He's in denial. Meanwhile, a few leagues over at the dentist's office, Dr. Dribble tossed and turned every night, dreaming of poor Flossy. Ms. Oops was right. How could his fear of sharks have caused him to be so unkind? Oh, the guilty conscience is keeping him up. Then snap! He made his decision.
Miss Oops!
He cried.
Call in the No Shark Patrol! We're going to make a house call!
Miss Oops packed the gentle dental bag and hopped onto Dr. Dribble's back. The No Shark Patrol dragged the drill, the extra large x-ray machine, and they raced through the water. We're on a mission now. Flossy! Dr. Dribble called as they arrived at the Finn's Shark Shack. Baby Shark Shack. Please let me in. I've come to help. And Flossie's face says, oh no. And Mama Finn's face says, oh yes. Dr. Dribble wiped the tears from Flossie's eyes and gently opened her giant jaws. Don't worry, he whispered. He eased the needlefish into her flesh. Flossie barely felt a thing. So far, so good. Ms. Oops rubbed Flossie's gums with soothing tartar sauce as Dr. Dribble drilled and tapped and dabbed and swabbed. The drill was noisy, but Flossie was surprised that it did not hurt. And that's why he has a 5-star fish rating. Also, look at this before and after. Astonishing!
Whoa! I didn't think that Flossie could look any prettier.
At last, Dr. Dribble said, one little saltwater rinse, and you're all done. Gurgle, slurp, spit, and ta-da! Flossie looked in the mirror. 300 straight, glowing white teeth with shiny silver braces smiled back at her. And he straightened her teeth. It was a miracle.
Wow! Flossie looks like one of those Hollywood movie sharks now.
Oh, Dr. Dribble, you are the kindest, most gentle dentist, she said. Dentists aren't so scary after all. Oh, sharks aren't so scary after all either, said Dr. Dribble, once you get to know them. And they laughed as their fins flapped for a fin high five. Look at all the good that comes from facing your fears and not telling lies and good dental hygiene. Remember to flush and floss every day, Dr. Dribble said. And he called to Flossie as the gentle dental team swam away. I will, she replied, flashing her new great white toothy grin. She was once again Queen of the Seas, and the crown is back on her head. Oh, we cannot thank you enough, StoryTeller.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like Tibby Tiburon left. I'm sorry, Fuchsia Fish. I tried my best.
Blurp, 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 blurp. Ha, 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 ha. She doesn't know.
Know what?
It did work.
No.
Yes.
Tibby raced out of here to get his teeth cleaned. What?
He said he wanted to impress the Queen of the Seas.
The whole ocean is already talking about it.
Tibby's getting a Hollywood smile. Ha, 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 ha.
And I can breathe again. Underwater, of course.
Clean teeth, minty breath, being brave. Now that's what I call a breath of fresh air.